So it was old Merlin himself, Maeve said. Oh, I wish I had been here. And he has plans for our lad, does he? I wonder what they are. 'Tis unfortunate about Llyn, but if the enchanter says he will make it right, then he will. You must tell Lord Evan as soon as possible. And Arthur? Maeve shook her head. Tell Evan first, that he may tell his daughter as we tell Arthur. I see no reason why they should not remain friends. They have a child in common. I will come with you to Evan, for he has a hot temper like our own Kai, and he prizes Llyn greatly, especially as she is his only child. But strangely, Lord Evan was not angry. From the moment I gave my consent to the match, he said, I have been troubled each night with terrible dreams. Now I understand why. This marriage was not meant to be. The enchanter says he will personally choose a good husband for Llyn, one who will cherish her and her child, Lord Ector told his old friend. If I cannot have Arthur, then I want no other, Llyn said, entering her father's hall. I do not need a husband to be happy. I will raise my son alone, teaching him to be the good and honourable man his father is. Does Arthur know? Not yet, Maeve told the young woman, who was to have been her daughter-in-law. Merlin says Arthur will acknowledge his child. It is a son I carry, Llyn said calmly. I intend naming him Gwydir. Arthur's fate must be very great that Merlin himself is involved. It was Merlin who brought Arthur to us all those years ago, Lord Ector said. Though we did not know it at the time who he was, but when a man appears in your hall in a rumble of thunder and a puff of smoke, you do not argue with him or ask his name. You will go to London at the solstice? Lord Evan asked. Merlin has commanded it. The High King will be chosen then, he says. I am to bring Arthur, and Kai will accompany us as well, Ector replied. You'll not leave me behind, Maeve said sharply. The two men laughed, and Lord Ector said, Nay, wife, I will not leave you behind. You shall come with us and see the new king crowned. So Lord Ector and his family travelled from their keep in the north of Wales to London in time for the solstice. The closer they got to the ancient city, the more crowded the roads became. It seemed that everyone in Britain was gathering to see the new High King chosen by the great enchanter Merlin. Ector and his party were fortunate to find a single room to share in a small inn within the city. The men-at-arms who had travelled with them had to content themselves, sleeping with their horses in the stables. On the day of the choosing, Kai, Arthur's older foster-brother, discovered that he had not brought his sword with him, and he wished to wear it to the council. A warrior was not properly dressed without a sword. Go find me a sword, he told the younger boy. Where am I to find you a sword? Arthur demanded. I have no money. Do you think someone will just give me the loan of a weapon because I ask it? Kai cuffed the boy irritably. 'Tis your fault in the first place, he scolded Arthur. You are in training to be my squire. What kind of a squire forgets his master's sword? If we were going into battle, I should certainly be at a disadvantage, shouldn't I? But you aren't, Arthur argued. We're just going to stand among the crowd and see the new High King chosen from among the 12 lesser kings, Kai. Kai knocked his younger companion to the ground with a hard blow, and then, standing over him, growled, Find me a sword, youngling, or I'll give you such a beating that you'll not walk for a month. Arthur scrambled to his feet and stumbled from the inn's courtyard, his head throbbing from the blow. Kai had a foul temper, and it was no use arguing with him when he got like this. He wasn't going to find a sword for his elder, but he could at least keep out of the range of his fists until it was time to leave for the choosing. He hadn't wanted to come to London, but they had told him he was not to wed with Llyn after all, and he was instead to come to see the new High King chosen. He didn't understand why that was so important, or what seeing the new High King chosen had to do with his marriage to Llyn. But there was to be no marriage now, and no one would explain to him why. His foster-father had said bluntly that he didn't know himself. It had just been ordained by a higher authority. Suddenly, a bent old man, leaning heavily